It's the 2024 Top 10 Countdown, my dudes, and here we go with number 2. And number 2, of course, is another 4-pack of Ninja Turtles for me. It is going to be this 4-pack of Punk Turtles, as they call them. And again, these are just beautifully sculpted, but one of the main reasons why I picked them is this was a core memory for me in the cartoon show, and I never thought we would see these figures. But then getting to see these figures is in a sneak release in San Diego Comic-Con last year, and then getting to hold them in my hands this year feels like a dream come true. And of course, getting to see them with a ton of people like the Migos, like Cheney, like Machu Toy, and just bringing that experience together is one of the reasons why they're in my top 2.
Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cheney 180, and it is our number 2. So tomorrow, tune into the show, They're Not Dolls, as we reveal all of our number 1 figures. But before we get there, there's certain things in life, when you're a collector, and there's certain characters or versions of characters that you're like, man, it'd be so amazing if they made that. I would love if they made that. And then you question yourself sometimes, and you're like, how have they not made that yet? They're making every other version, but how have they not made that? And then it happens, and you're like, oh my God, it's here. And then you get it in hand, and sometimes you're like disappointed. Your expectations were too high. But not with this. Not with this, not by any means. Once again, Bandai SH Figuarts knocked it out of the park with this guy. Cyborg Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. This is a deep cut, but pun intended. This figure is amazing. I've wanted this guy for so long, and they gave you all the accessories that you needed. His sliced version, like they really gave it all to us. And I wish that I could constitute this as my number 1 or put this in the number 1 spot, but there's something that just took it a little bit higher, a little bit more. But this thing is amazing. I love this figure. Like the old Irwin one, I think, was like, it sat on my shelf for years and years and years. And the fact that they made Cyborg Frieza in SH Figuarts form finally this year made me so happy. I love this figure. So that is my number 2 of 2024 SH Figuarts Cyborg Frieza.
It's 796 with my top 10 waifus of 2024. Number 2, Snail Shell Pumpkin Princess. All right, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet because I did a video last month about how dope she is. It's Snail Shell, so you know the sculpt is going to be on point. The articulation is great. The accessory loadout is amazing. You really do feel like you're getting your money's worth when buying this figure, and that's why she's number 2 on my top 10 waifus for 2024.
Chamber's top 10 of 2024. Number 2. Sexy Ice 2019 Vermin Series, Subject B0127 Mantis. To many, this company came out of nowhere, but I've been browsing Weibo for a while now, and I remember seeing the sculpts of these and was just floored. They looked so good, and I'm so glad that the end result came out smashing. Really looking forward to all the future releases.
Hey, what's up guys? Lago here. It is that time of the year yet again. Figures of the year. This is 2024 Figures of the Year. And here we're going to the end. Number 2, the Hono Studios Brown Suit Wolverine. Now, what I said about the Ken with the articulation, this is opposite. It does have the seamless arms, but everything else is plastic underneath. That helps because you can move this thing. This thing has great articulation. And I mean, just look at it, just doing the 360. This is, to me, this is the best Wolverine I have in my collection that I've seen. And it is also a pleasure to mess around with. Hono Studios not only does an amazing thing with the sculpt, with the articulation, with the cloth goods, But let's talk about that price. Coming in at less than $200, Hono Studios, Brown Suit Wolverine.
All right, next up on the list is the Syndicate Collectibles Pumpkinhead. I've always wanted a Pumpkinhead from NECA, but you know what? I'll take the Syndicate Collectibles because they did a well job. The articulation's okay. It could have benefited from double jointed elbows and knees, but the sculpt is on point. The paint's all right, but he just looks super cool and menacing on the shelf, and it's always just something I've always wanted. So they did a well job on this. I'll take this all day. Bam.
Number 2, Bane from Mafex. This figure absolutely blew me away and proves Mafex can do big characters and still keep that high articulation scheme. He comes with an extra head and a bunch of hands. Perfect for breaking the bat.
Coming in at number 2, I don't think I talked about this figure enough, but number 2 for the Fallen Fett is Jada Toys Mega Man. I'm telling you, this is the definition of hand candy. A small figure with so much articulation, cool accessories, and everything. Yeah, it's not perfect. I mean, but it's a growing company and they really listen to what we do. Maybe we'll get faceplates later, but hey, we got an additional head sculpt. We have accessories. The choices that they're making in there, all of this line is so much fun. If you have not grabbed on to the Mega Man line yet from Jada, please do so. Coming in at $20 and such a fun figure. This is the definition of pocket figure. Take it with you wherever you go, mess with it, put it in different poses, show it off to everybody, and then bring in new collectors to the line. That's what it's supposed to do. What a fun figure. So that's it. Coming in at number 2, Jada Toys Mega Man, the man himself. God, this figure is so fun.
Hey guys, it's Playing With Myself, and my number 2 choice from my top 10 of 2024 is the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Retro Cobra Commander. This thing, in all its vac metal helmet glory, is pretty much the Cobra Commander of your dreams. This is the one where it's like, hey, iconic, perfect looking. Makes me a little bit disappointed that I bought all of those other previous versions that they released. But hey, now that I have this, I'm super, super happy. Bring on a hooded one, maybe. Stop thinking that it's like, it's fine. No one's gonna complain. It's okay, Hasbro. Give us the hooded Cobra Commander next. But for now, this one's gonna live on that shelf right up there, and I'm gonna be very, very happy with it. So yeah, my number 2 choice of 2024, G.I. Joe Hasbro Classified Cobra Commander. I was once a man plus ultra.